Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll continue our discussion on Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra. So, yesterday we finished the discussion on Sloka number 16, in which Kulashekara Alvar gives the mantra, Namo Nārāyanaya mantra, and we discussed in 3 or 4 classes, we discussed the glories of chanting holy name. So today we will discuss Shloka number 17. But before that, I wanted to tell you something about boat. So this topic of boat has become very famous in our discussions, right? The more we talk about boat, the more we are finding new realizations, new references from different scriptures. As soon as we finished discussion of those 4 or 5 shlokas from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, the very next day, Friday we finished, and then the Sunday in Bhatal Bhagavad Gita class, we talked about that Sarvam Jnana Plave Naiva Shloka. So there also we saw about boat. So today I was reading something from Srimad Bhagavatam, and I found one more boat. So how many boats we have now? Can somebody give me the list of all the boats?
From Mukunda-Mālā, we have Krishna himself, like Vishnu.
Yeah.
Bhakti Devi, and then Krishna's name.
Okay.
Katha
also. Yeah. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Katha is also a boat. What else? From Bhagavad Gita, we have Jnana, transcendental knowledge, spiritual knowledge as the boat. Right? So we have six boats. The 7th boat is it 6? Krishna as a person.
5 only.
5 only, yeah? Okay. So Krishna or Vishnu as a person directly coming as a boat. Next one is Bhakti Devi as a boat. 3rd one is Krishna's name. 4th one is the Katha. 5th one is the knowledge. Okay, 5 boats. So the 6th boat is the human body itself. Human body itself is compared to a boat. Let's look at that shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 7, Shloka number 14. Tesham kupata deshtrānam patatam tamasi hyadaha ye shraddhadyur vachaste vai majyantyashma plava iva. Okay, Namakirti, can you read the translation?
Sure, Prabhu. Leaders who have fallen into ignorance and who mislead people by directing them to the path of destruction, as described in the previous verse, are in effect boarding a stone boat, and so too are those who blindly follow them. A stone boat would be unable to float and would sink in the water with its passengers. Similarly, those who mislead people to the hell and their followers go with them.
Yeah. So here, if you look at the last line, plava, right? Plava is the boat. So here, in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, what this shloka tells is, if somebody is very proud of their position, and that they are not a good leader because of their pride, they're not a good leader. They're not setting a right example for the followers and they are misleading the people. And the people are also blindly following this leader. Then that situation is compared to a person traveling in a stone boat. A stone boat is very heavy. A boat that is made of stone is very heavy and it can easily sink. So this leader who is traveling in the stone boat and the followers blindly following the leader, they are also traveling in the same boat and drowning. So first of all, they are already drowning in the material ocean. Now on top of that, if they have chosen a wrong boat, then that's even more dangerous. So that's why it's important to choose the correct type of boat. So the human boat, the human body is compared to a boat, because in another shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned how difficult it is to take birth as a human being. Durlabho manusho deho dehinam kshana banguraha tatrapi durlabam manye vaikunta priya darshanam. For the conditioned souls, the human body is most difficult to achieve, and it can be lost at any moment. But I think that even those who have achieved human life rarely gain the association of pure devotees who are dear to the Lord of Vaikunta. So before human birth, the jiva has been taking different births in different species of life, 8.4 million species of life. And that's not just once. It repeats, that cycle repeats. From the lowest species, let's say amoeba, to the highest species, human being, 8.4 million species. After completing this one cycle, now human birth, the human life is a junction. From there, either you can go up or go down. If somebody goes down from human birth, that's the most dangerous thing, because they will go all the way to the bottom. And they have to continue taking birth in 8.4 million species of life. And some animals like elephants and all, they live for longer time. Elephants, giraffes, even tortoise, turtle, they live for hundreds of years. So you will spend a lot of time taking births in all these 8.4 million species. So that's why the human body is compared as boat. From this boat, we can cross this material ocean. From this boat, we can use this human body as a vehicle to go upwards. Cultivate good qualities, cultivate bhakti, cultivate sattvika guna, and then we can go upwards. We may not achieve perfection in one lifetime, but at least we can make some progress and go upwards. At least we have to make sure that we go upwards. Then there is a hope. In next few lifetimes, we can achieve perfection and then attain Paramapada. Otherwise, the most dangerous thing is to go down. Then there is no guarantee when we will get human birth again. After passing from amoeba's life to all the way up to cow, after that, there's no guarantee if we will take human birth or not. It all depends on our, on what we do. So that's why we have to be very careful, and every day we have to make little advancement. So I was telling in the beginning of the call before you all joined, even if you make 0.01% progress every single day, in 365 days, you'll be able to make 36% difference, 36% progress. So every day you have to make little advancement. Okay, so with that, we will go to next shloka today. Yeah, shloka number 17. Nāthe na purushottame tri-jagatām ekādhipe cetasā sevye svasya padasya dātari pare nārāyane tishtati.
nāthe
पुरुषोत्तमे त्रिजगताम् एकādhipe cetasā sevye svasya dātari pare nārāyane tishtati.
Yam kañcit purus ādhamam katipaya-grāmeśam alpārtha-dam sevāyai gayāmahe naramaho mūಢā varākā vayam.
Yam kañcit katipaya-grāmeśam alpārtha-dam sevāyai gayāmahe naramaho mūಢā varākā vayam.
Okay, Sarita, can you read the translation?
Slide. Yeah. Our Master, the Personality of Godhead Nārāyana, who alone rules the three worlds, whom one can serve in meditation and who happily shares his personal domain, is manifest before us. Yet still we beg for the service of some minor lord of a few villages, some lowly man who can only meagerly reward us. Alas, what foolish wretches we are.
Yeah. Okay. So here, Kulshekar Alvar is talking about the mistake that we do in our life. Instead of serving Krishna, Nārāyana or Vishnu, we like to serve some worldly people. Okay, somebody at our office or somebody in the society, some political leader in the society. So instead of serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the proprietor of the three worlds, Akila Koti Brahmanda Nayaka. There are unlimited number of Brahmandas. Akila Koti Brahmanda. And he is the Nayaka. Vishnu, Nārāyana or Krishna, he is the Nayaka. He is the Adhipati of all these Akila Koti Brahmandas. So instead of serving that personality, we are very eager, we are desperate to serve a low-class person in the society. What is the reason? Our material desires. Because of our material desires, we want to fulfill some of our desires. That's why we are ready to serve a low-class person in the society. And we and we forget to serve the Supreme Personality. So let's look at the word for word meaning, and then we'll have some discussion. Okay. Nāthe, master. Na, our. Purushottame, the personality of Godhead. Three, Jagatam, of the worlds. Eka, the one. Adipe, Lord. Cetasā, by the mind. Sevye, capable of being served. Svasya, of his own. Padasya, position. Dātari, the grantor. Pare, the supreme. Nārāyane, Lord Nārāyana. Tishtati, when he is present. Yam kañcit, some. Purusha, person. Ādhamam, lowly. Katipaya, of a few. Grama, villages. Isham, controller. Alpa, meager. Artha, benefit. Dam, who can give. Sevāyai, for service. Gayāmahe, we seek out. Naram, this man. Aho, alas. Mudha, bewildered. Varākā, degraded fools. Vayam, we. O Master, our Master, the personality of Godhead Nārāyana, who alone rules the three worlds, whom one can serve in meditation, and who happily shares his personal domain, is manifest before us. Yet still we beg for the service of some minor lord of a few villages, some lowly man who can meagerly reward us. Alas, what foolish wretches we are. So in this shloka, Kulshekara Alvar is pointing out the mistake that we do in our life. People are so eager to spend a significant amount of time in serving others instead of taking care of themselves, instead of taking care of their family, instead of serving the Lord, instead of taking care of these most important priorities, people are ready to sacrifice their time for some people who are not even worth in their life. So most especially people who follow some political leaders. Just before this we read that shloka from Bhagavatam, where it also talked about political leaders and then followers. So nāthe na purushottame tri-jagatām. So he is the Purushottama in all the three worlds, upper, middle and lower. Nāthe na purushottame tri-jagatām ekādhipe cetasā. Ekādhipe, that means he has the sarvabhaumatvam on all the three worlds. He is the emperor. He is the adhipati for all the three worlds, and he maintains the three worlds with a single fraction of his opulence. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter how he maintains this material world. Krishna tells, with a single fraction of my opulence, I maintain these three worlds. When Arjuna asks Krishna to speak about his opulences in detail, Krishna speaks about a few opulences in 20 to 30 shlokas. He gives glimpses of his opulence. He talks about his greatness, Aishwarya. And then in the end, he will say, Krishna will say, "O Arjuna, what need is there to know my opulences? Because my opulences are many, they are unlimited. So what need is there to know my opulences? With just a single fraction of my opulence, I can maintain the entire material world." So now we can imagine the power of the opulence of Krishna. Now such a person, he's coming and sitting in front of us. Tishtati. Nārāyane tishtati. Nāthe na purushottame tri-jagatām ekādhipe cetasā. Sevye svasya padasya dātari pare Nārāyane tishtati. That Nārāyana, who is the leader of the three worlds, he is sitting in front of us, tishtati. But we are not noticing him.
Uttishta is opposite of Tishta.
Now, Uttishta is to get up.
Opposite of
Yeah. In the morning, Suprabhatam, Venkateshwar Suprabhatam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ask him to wake up. Uttishta, Uttishta, Uttishta Garudadvaja, Uttishta Kamala-kanta, Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. So, also in the Kausalya Suprajarama, right?
Uttishta Garuda, something.
Uttishta Garudadvaja, Uttishta Garudadvaja, Uttishta Kamala-kanta, Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. No, is there another word in Uttishta, another word Uttishta in Kausalya Suprajarama? Kausalya Suprajarama Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Uttishta narashardhula kartavyam daivamannikam. Yeah.
Uttishta Kamala-kanta also.
Uttishta Kamala-kanta, I told in the beginning.
Yeah, right, correct. Yeah.
Uttishta narashardhula kartavyam daivamannikam. O Lord Rama, please wake up. It is the time to perform your duties now. Kartavyam. Okay. So now he is Tishtati. Nārāyana is sitting in front of us. How is he sitting in front of us? Can we see him? Can we see him in front of us? No, right? Then how do we understand this? When Kulshekara Alvar says, Nārāyane tishtati, Nārāyana is sitting in front of us, how do we understand this?
Scriptures tell that he's everywhere. So.
Okay. He's everywhere, but he is very close to us in one sense. How? Actually, he is more closer than when he sits in front of us. Let's say somebody is sitting in front of us. There is still some few inches or few feet of gap, right? But there is the Krishna is sitting, tishtati, even more closer than that, even more closer than in front of us.
He is the super soul.
Yes, super soul. As a super soul, he is sitting all the time, always he is sitting in our heart. And by the way, the form of super soul is Nārāyana, the four-handed Chaturbhuja Nārāyana form. So that's the perfect explanation to understand this word, tishtati, Nārāyane tishtati. So let me show this shloka again so that I see Neela joined little late. So I don't know if she saw the shloka. So this is the one. nāthe na purushottame tri-jagatām ekādhipe cetasā sevye svasya padasya dātari pare Nārāyane tishtati. So that Supreme Lord, who is the proprietor of all the three worlds, is sitting in front of us in the form of Nārāyana. That means in the form of the Paramatma, Super Soul. He is sitting in our heart. And he is always watching. The Kenopanishad, one of the 108 Upanishads, Kenopanishad, it describes that Atma and Paramatma are like two birds sitting on the same branch of the tree. The Atma, the Jivatma bird, is always looking around in all 360 degrees, in all directions, how he can enjoy. How he can enjoy from the sense objects in the material world. Whereas the Paramatma bird is always looking at the Jivatma bird to see, when will this Jivatma turn to me? The Jivatma is not noticing that there is a bird sitting in front of him. Instead of becoming antarmukh, the Jivatma has become bahirmukh. Instead of being inward, the Jivatma has become outward, outwardly focused. Instead of seeking happiness from within, we are seeking happiness in the external sense objects. But Paramatma is always, constantly, every single day, every second, he is looking at us. When will this Jivatma turn to me? So we are not doing that. So nāthe na purushottame tri-jagatām ekādhipe cetasā sevye svasya padasya dātari pare. Now what is the quality of this Nārāyana here? How is he sitting in our heart, or how is he sitting in front of us? Sevye svasya padasya dātari pare. He is ready to give shelter of his lotus feet. Svasya padasya. Svasya means his own. Padasya means, pada means the feet. Sevye. Seva means the service. He is ready to give service at his lotus feet. Sevye svasya padasya dātari. Dātari means the giver, the grantor. He is ready to give service at his lotus feet. But what are we doing? That is described in the second part of the shloka. Yam kañcit ādhamam katipaya-grāmeśam alpārtha-dam. So instead of serving Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, Vishnu or Nārāyana, we are ready to serve a grāmeśam. Grāmeśa means, grama is village, isha means controller. A controller of one village or few villages. Like in India we see these people, right? Like Sarpanch, Tahsildar, Sarpanch, or president of a village, something like that. So he is the head of the village basically. He is the controller of the village. Or the chief minister, prime minister, or a minister, MLA, MP, or at a corporate level, or manager. Or manager can also be called as grāmeśa. Manager, director, the CEO of the company. These are all different levels of grāmeśas. And these are all purushādamas. Nārāyana is purushottama, and all these so-called leaders are purushādamas. Low-class people. But we are ready to serve them. Why? Alpārtha-dam. Alpa means little. Alpa, swalpa means little. Artha, for the purpose. For the purpose of a small benefit, we are ready to serve these low-class people, purushādamas. So we are ignoring the service that is freely available at the lotus feet of Nārāyana, and we are begging for the service of these low-class people. And even after serving them for several years, what we will get? We will get a smaller benefit. A smaller benefit. Sevāyai gayāmahe naramaho mūಢā varākā vayam. So we are compared to mruga, animals. And what type of animal? A foolish animal. Foolish animal. Why are we compared to foolish animal here? Because only an animal doesn't have the intelligence to discriminate between good and bad, right and wrong. Animals' intelligence is only limited to those four things: sleeping, eating, mating, and defending. SEED, seed. That's all the animals focus on, the four things. They cannot think of anything other than these four things. So if a human being is also thinking about these four things, there's no difference between animal and human being. Now, the moment we have ignored service to Nārāyana, that means we are not different from a mruga, animal. Sevāyai gayāmahe naramaho. Aho, alas. Alas, how misfortune it is, how unfortunate it is that we are behaving like an animal. A foolish animal. We are behaving like a foolish animal. Because some animals, they are intelligent. They behave like humans. They like to come to the temples. We have seen some pictures and videos where a cow doing pradakshina around deity of Krishna. Or the other day we discussed a story of an elephant by the name Keshava in Guruvayurappa temple, where that elephant every day goes to take darshan of Guruvayurappa Krishna, and finally when the elephant became very old, one day, the elephant realized that it is time for the elephant to die. So instead of staying near the temple, the elephant went little far away from Guruvayurappa temple, and there, by offering obeisances, standing on the knees, that elephant Keshava left his body, thinking about the Lord, thinking about the Guruvayurappa Krishna. And this is a real story that happened just a few years ago, probably 30-40 years ago. So like this, sometimes animals behave like humans. That's why in this shloka, Kulshekara Alvar, he is using the word gayāmahe naramaho mūda varākā vayam. We are behaving like foolish animals. That means even lower than an animal. Animals, at least, they have some intelligence. But when we are even after taking human birth, if we do not understand the value of human birth and ignoring the service to the Lord Nārāyana, we are actually lower than animal. Foolish animal. Mūda varākā vayam. Okay? So, here, if you look at the word for word meaning, right? This word especially, cetasā. Cetasā means by the mind. So Kulshekara Alvar, in the first part of the shloka, the first two lines, he's saying, sevye, svasya, padasya, dātari, pare. He's ready to give service at his lotus feet. So that service, Kulshekara Alvar, is, that service is of many different types. Starting from Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam, Vandanam, everything. But here, the particular thing that Kulshekara Alvar is talking about is particular service or seva he's talking about is serving Nārāyana in our mind. Cetasā. Cetasā. Serving Nārāyana in our mind. So what is this service? What is the word for this service?
Smaranam.
Smarana. Very good. Out of the 9 processes, this is Smarana. He is talking about Smarana. Because just before this shloka, in 15 and 16, Kulshekara Alvar talked about chanting the holy name. Kirtanam. So what comes after Kirtanam? Smarana. Because when we are chanting attentively, we should be naturally thinking about the Lord. So that's why he's talking about that service to the Lord in our mind through meditation. If you look at the translation, our Master, the Personality of Godhead Nārāyana, who alone rules the 3 worlds, whom one can serve in meditation and who happily shares his personal domain, is manifest before us. So whom one can serve in meditation. Now why is Kulshekara Alvar making it so simple? That one who can serve in meditation. Instead of talking about other processes like Archanam, doing deity worship, or Kirtanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, all those other things, he's making it very simple. He's giving the best deal that is possible. The reason why he's talking about serving in meditation is, or serving in our mind, is that it cannot get any simpler than that. It cannot get any simpler than that. If somebody has a complaint saying that, oh, I live very far from the temple. How far? Even 5 miles also, people think they are living far from the temple. And and they give an excuse that oh, I cannot come to the temple on regular basis. Okay, fine. That is not required. At home you can do deity worship, significant amount of time, good amount of time, decent amount of time. Now there is another complaint. I don't have time. I have a lot of work, office work, kitchen work, children work, husband work, wife's work, family work, so many things. So whatever we ask people to do, there's always some complaint, some excuse, some reason to avoid that. But this simple thing, serving the Lord in our mind, means just thinking about Him in our mind. We don't have to do anything. Even chanting is also not required. If somebody is thinking chanting is very difficult and it takes time. So Kulshekar Alvar is making it super easy actually. Super easy. Just worship the Lord in your mind. Now I'll tell you one beautiful story on this topic of worshipping the Lord in the mind. And with that, we will end the class today. Now this is a very nice story. It's very inspiring. So please listen carefully. So there was a village called Pratishtanpur in South India. There is a village by name Pratishtanpur. In that village, there is a Brahmana, a poor Brahmana. He's a very nice devotee of the Lord. So one day, he was attending some satsang, and some pravachan was happening, and he was attending that lecture. In that lecture, the speaker was telling how one can worship the Lord in their mind. Even if they don't have a lot of money, even if they cannot buy, let's say, fruits, flowers, still they can worship the Lord in their mind very nicely and opulently also. And then hearing this Brahmana, he has strongly fixed in his mind that oh, until now I have been thinking that I am very poor, I do not have a lot of money to worship the Lord in a nice way, and I'm regretting for my situation. And then he's fixed now. He's convinced that he can worship the Lord in his mind itself. And then it so happens that the next day there is a festival in the village, and then the king of that kingdom, he arranges for that festival. He arranges for a grand Radayatra, taking Lord Lord Ranganath on the Ratham. And the Ratham is also decorated very beautifully, opulently. The whole street is decorated with so many beautiful garlands. Millions of people are invited, and nice food arrangements are made. And for the Lord also, a lot of opulent preparations are done. So when this Brahmana looks at all this festival, he was thinking, I wish I could also arrange for a festival for my Lord like this. But then again he realized his poverty. But then again that night something interesting happened. When he was about to sleep, he remembered the words of that speaker in that satsang, where the speaker mentioned that even if one is poor, they can worship the Lord in their mind. So this poor Brahmana, so he wanted to offer a opulent worship that night. So he closed his eyes in a meditative mood, and then he started thinking about the beautiful form of Ranganath. And then in his mind only, he went to Godavari, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri. He went to all these rivers, and with golden pots, he brought water to do abhishekam to Ranganath. And then he went to different villages in South India to fetch different beautiful garlands, beautiful flowers, and then made garlands and offered to Ranganath in his mind only. And he offered opulent silk clothes to Ranganath. And in his mind only, he offered, Dhupa, Deepa, Naivedya, so many different things very opulently. And then, when it comes to the Naivedyam part, offering Bhoga, so he wanted to offer nice kheer, payasam. So he cooks payasam, everything in the mind only, by the way, okay? There's no deity, there's no Ganga river, he has not personally gone to Ganga river, there's no golden pot, there are no garlands, nothing. Everything is in the imagination, in the mind. And towards the end of the puja, he has to offer Naivedyam, right? Payasam. So he cooks nice payasam. And then he's a great devotee of the Lord. Everything that he does with nice feelings, emotions. He treats Lord like a person, not just a stone or a statue or a deity or idol. He considers him as a person. That's why whatever he offers with love and devotion. So he cooks payasam in his mind. But before he wanted to offer this to the Lord, he wanted to check, is it too hot or too cold or just perfect to relish? So he puts his finger in the pot where he cooked payasam, and then he burned his finger. And this happened for real, not in the imagination or not in his dream. He actually physically burned his finger. So where did he cook the payasam? He cooked the payasam in his imagination. But burning of the finger happened for real. That's all because of his devotion. So all this while, when he was imagining all this, he was chanting different names of the Lord. And then when he burnt his finger, Sriman Nārāyana, who is sitting in Vaikunta, he started laughing. And then looking at him, Lakshmi Devi is confused. Oh Swami, what happened? I did not crack any joke, nor did any other person in Vaikunta cracked any joke. There's no comedy happening here. So why are you laughing? Then Sriman Nārāyana tells Lakshmi Devi that you wait and see. There is a reason why I am laughing, you wait and see. Then Sriman Nārāyana calls Vishnu Dutas and tells him, take our vehicle and then go and bring this person from Pratishtanpur. This Brahmana, he is meditating and in his meditation he is offering worship to me. So you go there, you will see him worshipping me, but you will not see my deity, you will not see anything there, but you will just see him closing his eyes and meditating. So bring him here. Then the Vishnudutas go there and they bring him to, they tell him that here is your boarding pass to Vaikunta. Sriman Nārāyana asked to bring you. Then the Brahmana goes there, and Sriman Nārāyana tells him that you stay here. I'm very pleased with your devotion. You stay here. All those opulent offerings that you desire to make, you can make everything here. Water in golden pots, beautiful grand gajamala garlands, and nice opulent dishes that you want to offer as naivedyam. Everything you can offer here in Vaikunta. You don't have to worry about any money or any ingredients. Everything is available here. You can offer everything to me here. So like that, Sriman Nārāyana has given Paramapada at his lotus feet, some seva at his lotus feet to this poor Brahmana. So that is what Kulshekar Alvar said in the first line. Sevye svasya padasya dātari pare Nārāyane tishtati. Sevye svasya padasya dātari pare. So he can give service at his lotus feet in the paraloka. Dātari ipare. Dātari means giver, grantor. Pare means in the paraloka. He can give us service in the paraloka. Now we are ignoring that and serving low-class people in the material world.
Prabhuji, there is one similar story with Shiva, Prabhuji, Lord Shiva.
Okay.
I've been to one temple in Chennai. It is nearby to Chennai.
Hmm.
So the temple name is Hridaya Palishwara. That means Hridaya means in his mind. Here that means mind.
Hmm.
So very similar story that the king will be actually constructing one temple,
Okay.
and there will be a poor Brahmana. He also aspires, he wants to, but he's very poor, he cannot.
Hmm.
So he goes to very minute details also, that this prakaram should be like this, the main shrine should be like everything he imagines in his mind.
Hmm.
And then everything, the king's temple also almost done, his temple also, detail by detail, he'll be constructing in his mind.
Okay.
So the king will actually, and he being a Brahmana, he knows auspicious time, and also he decides one date also for that Kumbhabhishekam, right, Prabhuji? So he decides one day.
Okay.
It so happened the king also the same day he will be having the Kumbhabhishekam. So the Lord goes to king's dream and says, sorry, you have to reschedule this one. I have another Kumbhabhishekam in your same same village. Like that he will say. And then the king will be really confused. What? I am the king here. I can construct a temple. Who else is constructing temple? And then he will actually he's also very good devotee, the king also. So he keeps he's praying, please tell me what is it. I'm not puzzled actually. Then he says, go and this person name he will say, and then the king will next day morning he will go. But this guy will be sitting in a very, very poor house, hut, and then on seeing the king, hello, he'll say, Vandanam, Vandanam, and all. So Lord Shiva came and told me all these things, and then he will be really moved, so crying around and says, I was constructing in my mind, and Prabhu really understands that one. Then the king actually, what he does, he actually constructed one temple. However, in the mind he has imagined that Brahmana, he constructed one temple, and the main shrine will have a Shivalinga. And nearby there is this small statue of that person. He's a Nayanmar. Actually, like we have Alvars and Nayanmars, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
One of the Nayanmar. He is like there. His statue also they have put near the Shiva, and the temple is still there. So
Okay. So the devotee who was meditating was one of the Nayanmars.
yes.
Okay.
And the temple name is Hridaya Palishwara Temple near to Chennai.
Okay. Very nice.
And yeah, and there is one slokam also, Prabhuji, like Shiva Manasa Puja. So they tell all these things, like how to imagine. Also, they would have, there are 5 stanzas. So first, Ratne Kalpitamasanam, Himajale Snanam, like everything they will explain. So finally, they will do that. Karacharana Kritamba, Kayajam Karmajamba, so that one slokam will be there, Prabhuji. Like asking to, like, yeah. Karacharana Kritamba, Kayajam Karmajamba, Sravanana Jamba, Manasam Vaparatam, Vihitam Vihitam, Sarvameta Kshamasva, Jaya Jaya, Karunabde, Sri Mahadeva Shambhu. Like that. First para will tell what all he'll be, like one good, great seat he'll be offering. And then all, as you told, like opulence, a lot of jewels, all those things. And then payasam in golden vessel with gem stud and all that one. All those in the slokam it will come.
Okay.
And then all the veena, all those veena, beri, mridangaka, halakala. The second stanza will say we'll offer all these things. Correct. And the third one will say about what all food that the beautiful sloka. And then fourth one will say you are Atma, and then Girija is your wife, is our like our mind. All those things he will explain according to Shiva Tattva. So and then last one aparādham, if I have done anything, please Samasva. And that slokam is also there. Yeah, very similar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. So here is an exercise or homework for everybody. Try doing this. One day you sit down, preferably weekend, so you are not rushed by, day-to-day office work or anything else, or your children's school. So take Saturday, and then maybe you can sit in a separate room, lock the door. For 5 to 10 minutes, think about your beautiful deity, your favorite deity, and then try doing this. You can either build a temple, or you can do the worship. You can go to Godavari, bring Shamala can go to Godavari, her own town.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Bring water in golden pot and offer Tulasi Mala, Vajayanti Mala.
Oh my God. Yes, Prabhuji.
Everything. You can offer everything. You can offer nice payasam, pulihora, daddojanam, everything, garilu. You can offer everything. So
We must try, Prabhuji. We must try one day.
yeah, try that. I'll also try. I have never tried this, but I'll also try. Now I am also inspired. Since I'm sharing this katha with you, so I'm also inspired. I'll also do this. Because anyway, I cannot cook anything. So whatever I can do in the mind.
You can imagine, Prabhuji. You can imagine whatever you want to cook. You can imagine.
Yeah, that's what.
Prabhuji will have biggest list.
For me and my Krishna.
So then Krishna will say, okay, you are imagining for me, you imagine for yourself also. You imagine that you are eating.
Yeah, Prabhu, one more like funny thing is like one person will go to God and think the same thing. That they took, I think maybe they got inspired and gave this funny thing. He go to God, think that I have given you something that I put this garland like that. He will say, and then please give me some material benefit. And the God also the thing that I have given that.
Yeah.
But really good, Prabhuji. Yeah, it will be great if we can imagine such things, but we are always like either we think about past or future.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Okay, so let's all try this, and if you have any experiences to share, you can share. Okay. So it's 10:10. There's no class tomorrow. We'll meet again on Thursday. Tomorrow is Wednesday, right? Yeah, we'll meet on Thursday. Okay. Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra ki jai. Kulshekara ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Happy Navratri, Prabhuji. Happy Navratri to
Navratri.
Happy
everyone.
Navratri,
Tomorrow is
everyone.
Vijayadashmi. Happy Vijayadashmi.
Happy
Vijayadashmi is the day when Lord Rama returned to Ayodhya.
Yes,
Or
Prabhuji.
Kulashekara Alvar, Ishta Devata is Lord Rama. So tomorrow you think about Lord Rama and then also Kulashekara Alvar, Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.